Today's power tip for becoming an outstanding, excellent, amazing, awesome, inspiring, motivating keynote speaker is all about this very precious feeling that you have, that you can create as a keynote speaker of aliveness, that you are enlivening your audience. People think that they come to a keynote to hear big ideas, bold ideas, thought leadership, content, information, education, tools, practices, etc. And that is super important. And I cover that in other power tips. But what everyone shares in today's crazy, uncertain, complex, overwhelming, exhausting world is a sense of being continuously demanded upon, that we're constantly being demanded to show up as high functioning, high performing, highly productive, getting stuff done, whether it's at work, but also in our home lives with our friends, family, the communities. The expectation on us all to deliver constantly is so big that it often feels like we are just exhausted, that we can barely move one foot in front of another. And audiences treasure, I think beyond everything else, the feeling of being inspired, having breath coming into one, the inhalation of excitement, of energy. And I call that enlivenment, helping your audience feel alive for that 45 minutes, that half an hour. People are coming in from all over the world, if it's a conference, all over the country, if it's a regional meeting, maybe even it's virtual, they're coming in literally from spreadsheets, performance management reviews, endlessly long meetings. And people often feel in today's modern world a little bit dead inside. And our job as a keynote speaker, as well as inform and educate and entertain, to help tap into their innate capacity to feel alive in that moment, to feel fully in life, to feel that everything's possible and you have the wind at your back and you have people around you who are caring and supportive. And you as a keynote speaker, me as a keynote speaker, we can facilitate that moment, that feeling. First of all, we can bring the room together. So there's a feeling of what in Latin they use the word communitas, a feeling of being together in that moment, that we are all human beings in that moment, sharing fragilities, sharing our foibles, sharing our hopes and dreams and aspirations, no matter where we come from, what type of background we have. We all share this inherent vulnerability to the intensity of the world and the inherent strength. And as a keynote speaker, we can help people feel that. We can enliven them, help them feel most alive. Now, how do we do that? It's taken me a long time to really master this art and go into lots of depth, but I want to leave you with this thought. If you don't feel alive, I don't mean forced motivation, forced gung-ho, I'm on stage, yeah, put your hands in the air, let's do it. I mean, actually, if you don't feel yourself alive in that moment, in your heart, in your gut, in your mind, in your eyes, then you'll just be faking it. And these days, audiences are getting really good at sensing fake motivational speaking, where it's all forced, you can do it, yeah, rah, rah, versus the feeling that someone on stage is tapped into their most powerful, inspiring, motivating, alive version of themselves, which people just love. They treasure it. It's a treasure in the world. And it's a gift if you can bring other people into aliveness, a very precious gift. So the key is to feel alive yourself. And you might be going into your talk with all sorts of stuff in here, all sorts of emotional feelings, moods, a kind of feeling of the day, a feeling of the week. And it's our job as keynote speakers to do whatever we need with our own mastery of our own alive, to let go of any thoughts that are getting in the way of being present, being alive in the room with our audience, to process rapidly if necessary any heavy emotions, any gnarly moods. That might mean coming back to them later and putting them aside, ideally if we can process before the keynote. And this is why I believe that the keynote speaker must protect their energy, their emotions, their feelings, their thoughts before the keynote. And even in the hour before, the day before, but even in the run up, if you are being asked to be performative and be always on, it's going to be really hard to be most alive on stage. I always take the hour or the half an hour before I'm on stage for myself. I boundary myself from any client conversations, any difficult moments with the production team, which can happen. And I take it and I do whatever I need to switch on and be most on. And it's a professional role to switch yourself on and be most alive. And that is what your audience will treasure most about the keynote. That's what they'll feel most. That's what they'll take away most. And then all the ideas and the topics and the thoughts and the words and the concepts. So don't forget to like, share, and ask any questions. Follow me, ask any questions you want of the art, the craft, and the science of outstanding keynote speaking.